Hi, welcome back to the show. So small to medium-sized business owners are growing concerned about the slow economic recovery. With the present administration's deficit reduction activity, the supply of the money is expected to tighten, crippling many seasonal businesses and spoiling any plans for other businesses relying upon credit for expansion. But not all companies are struggling, and in fact, Capital Amplifier out of La Jolla, California, is helping accelerate the growth and expansion of these credit-crunched businesses today. Our guest is Eddie Monet, president of Capital Amplifier, on the options for businesses who aren't giving up on their dreams. Hello, Eddie. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Kirsten. It's a pleasure to be here.
So what is a business owner to do when the banking sector just isn't lending?
Well, there are a number of options available today that haven't existed before. There's crowdfunding, where you basically use the power of social media and essentially use forward sales. However, this works better for startups and technology projects than established businesses, and it's not as easy to pull off as some people think. Then there's angel funding or venture capital, all of which are very, very expensive, and the end result is that you may lose control of your company. And lastly, and most importantly, is when banks aren't lending, you may want to consider taking your company public through a reverse IPO or initial public offering or reverse takeover.
And how does that work exactly, and what kinds of results can businesses actually see through that process?
Well, for the past 5 years, even when credit was wildly available, using a little-known method called a reverse IPO or a reverse takeover, clients have raised as little as $100,000 initially, upwards of tens of millions of dollars at a time. And best of all is you do not lose control of your company, and you actually can make some large shareholders in your company that you may have very, very happy as well.
And does this work for any business?
Yes, it works for any business. My company, Capital Amplifier, is not criteria specific. Essentially, it does work for any business. We're looking for companies, and nowadays it works best for companies that have minimal to large assets and some revenues, and basically it must be past the developmental stage. It works best for those type of companies.
Gotcha. So where does the money actually come from?
The money actually comes from the investors in the stock market. There's millions and millions of dollars available for companies that are publicly traded because there's a built-in exit strategy for shareholders. So they are more comfortable investing money if they see that there's an exit strategy for them, as if you were to stay private, there essentially is no exit strategy.
And from start to finish, how long does this whole process take?
The shortest amount of time that we've pulled one of these off for a client was 30 days. And it was my last project, and the stock price has gone up over 6,000% in the last 2 weeks, making the client as well as the shareholders extremely happy. But typical turnaround time is anywhere between 60 days and 120 days.
Well, it sounds like as if it's not exactly a cookie cutter situation. Is it very expensive for a business, anything like the cost of a traditional IPO?
No, not at all. We don't deal with underwriters or investment bankers who will essentially charge tremendous amounts of fees to do this. In fact, most of the expense is removed with this method. And for our clients that qualify, there are no out-of-pocket expenses, okay? So essentially, you would be using your company's equity that we build for you as any fees. So no money out of pocket, no cash out of pocket. would ever be incurred by the companies that qualify to do business with us.
Well, Eddie, it sounds like an ideal solution. Do you have any idea why everyone else isn't just doing this?
Well, it's simple. Most people have no idea, and they essentially don't understand the regulations, which are real simple, and they don't have the team that could do this for them for no out-of-pocket expense. Capital Amplifier incurs all the expense for the company, so now we've made it very simple for people to understand and, get involved. If the price is right, it might make sense for you too.
Well, this all sounds excellent. I want to thank you again, Eddie, for joining us in the program today.
Well, you're very welcome. It's my pleasure, Kirsten. We would be more than happy to answer any questions that your viewers may have and quickly show them how easy it is to expand in this economy.
Well, if you're a business in need of growth capital, you can find Eddie at www.capitalamplifier.net or at the number that we'll show after the show, and check out the options that you have with regards to Capital Amplifier. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Eddie, once again, thanks for joining us on the program.
Thank you.
And have a great day, everyone. See you next time.